Beginning of virus. Children are watching Teletubbies in a bedroom. Jimmy's mom comes in and tells all the children not to go anywhere and leaves shutting the door. Infected man breaks in, killing the children. Jimmy escapes through the house as all adults are being killed in front of him. He runs to the church where the priest, whom he calls Dad, is on his knees in prayer. The priest keeps saying it's Judgment Day. He gives his cross to Jimmy and tells him to never let it go. The infected rush in and kill the priest. Jimmy hides. Forward to a community of survivors on a small island off the mainland. Jamie wakes up his 12-year-old son Spike and makes him breakfast. Spike saves the bacon for his mom, Isla. Isla is sick in bed with an unknown disease. Her memory comes and goes, and she thinks she's a different age speaking to her father, and then comes back to reality to speak to her son. Jamie is taking Spike to the mainland to get his first infected kill. They must cross a path in the ocean that's only visible in low tide. During high tide it's completely covered, and the water will sweep you out to sea if you try to cross it. Both have bows and arrows ready for the mainland. They travel on foot and Spike gets his first kill. They travel further into the mainland and come to an abandoned building. They explore inside and find a man hanging from the rafters being eaten by a crow. He has his arms tied behind his back, hanging upside down with a bag over his head and words carved into his skin. He was hung up alive as bait and infected. He is still alive. Jamie beckons Spike to kill the man. Spike is scared and doesn't want to. The man falls and starts to attack. Jamie kills him. They go back outside to explore more and find a deer head spiked up in a tree. Jamie recognizes this as an alpha's doing. He tells Spike it's time to go. They've done what they came there for. They begin to cross a wide field and notice an infected across the field from them. They stand very still. Several more infected come into view. Then an alpha appears. Jamie recognizes this and makes Spike run. They run back to the abandoned building and barricade themselves up in the attic. The sun begins to set. Spike notices a fire off in the distance and asks Jamie about it. Jamie won't say much and they fall asleep. As they're sleeping, the building begins to collapse. They escape barely. They have to make a run for it because the infected are starting to chase them. They run to the beach where the path is beginning to appear because of low tide. They start to run across it to safety. An alpha appears and watches them. He begins to give chase behind them. They run to the gate of their safe community where those in the watchtower kill the alpha infected. They are let in and a party is thrown for Spike's first kill. He is not very into the party and is more traumatized by the events of the day. He drinks alcohol and runs outside to vomit. He catches his father Jamie with a woman from the community. He runs home upset and talks to an older gentleman, Sam, from the community about the fire he saw on the mainland. Sam tells him that's Dr. Kelson. He didn't know he was still alive. He won't tell him anymore unless his father wants him to know. Spike goes home and gets in bed with his mother, who knows nothing of the day's events. His father Jamie returns home the next morning. He goes to cook them breakfast. Spike confronts his father about the DR and why they can't take his mother to him because she's sick. Jamie tells him about how the doctor is crazy and he can't help his mom. Spike accuses his father of wanting his mom to die so he can be with the other woman. His father slaps him across the face. Spike runs upstairs to his mother's room. Jamie follows and Spike pushes him into the hall and pulls a knife on him, telling him to stay away from them. Jamie takes the knife from Spike and folds the blade down, handing it back to him. Jamie leaves. Spike starts a fire to distract community members and escapes with his mother across the ocean to the mainland. He wants to take her to the doctor. She begins to realize they are on the mainland and that it is dangerous and need to go back. Spike explains to her that tide is high and they cannot go back. They come to an abandoned building to stay the night. Spike watches as his mother sleeps. An infected crawls on its belly towards Spike, who has fallen asleep. Spike wakes up with a start in his mother's arms. The dead infected is laying close to them. He asks what happened and she doesn't know. Scene flashes to his mom Isla smashing in the infected head on a stone. Back to the present, they both start walking trying to find the doctor. They are in a field talking. Isla has reverted back to being a child and is talking to her father. She comes back to the present and notices her son. Jamie looks up and notices an infected male coming towards them. He kills it, but several more infected start to chase them. They run to an old gas station and run inside where vaporous gas has built up. They cannot breathe, but infected are chasing them inside. They run to a back room. There is a trapdoor that is opened from the outside by a man in military gear holding a rifle. He blasts gunfire inside, igniting the room and killing the infected. Spike and Isla run outside for fresh air. The man introduces himself as Eric. He explains his ship sank and he and his companions were swept into the mainland. All his companions have been killed. They start to walk. He is carrying Isla on his back. He is trying to explain the internet and delivery drivers to Spike, who has no idea what he's talking about. They find an open spot for a rest and eat some apples Spike had packed. Eric's phone still has a small amount of power. He shows Spike a picture of his finance. They get up to walk to go find the doctor. They hear screaming. Isla leads them to an abandoned bus where an infected female is giving birth to a baby. The mother gives birth, then attacks Isla. Eric kills her and demands they kill the baby. Isla and Spike won't. An alpha male kills Eric, pulling his head from his body with his spine still attached, and chases after Isla and Spike with Eric's head in his hands. They are saved by the DR, who shoots a morphine dart into the alpha to make him sleep. The doctor takes Eric's head from the alpha. The doctor is covered in an iodine mixture because the virus doesn't like it. He takes them to his field of bones he has made from the dead bodies of infected and non-infected people. He puts Eric's head in a fire pit to melt the flesh off and adds his skull to his mountain of bones. He does some tests on Isla and diagnoses her with cancer. He tells them she will die soon. Spike is extremely upset. Isla approves of the DR shooting Spike with a morphine dart to calm him down. She hands him the baby and walks off with the DR, who shoots her with a dart and then puts her in his fire tank to melt the flesh off her bones and has Spike add her skull to his mountain. The sun begins to rise and the male alpha has awoken from his morphine sleep. He chases through the Bone City to find the DR and Spike. They, with the baby who is asleep, hide in an underground cage. The alpha male breaks through and grabs the doctor, trying to kill him. Spike grabs a dart and stabs the alpha male in the hand, putting him to sleep again. Spike leaves the DR and takes the baby across the ocean to his home. He leaves the baby in a basket with a note for his father. He tells his father the baby is not infected and his mother is dead. Jamie grabs the note and runs to the ocean, only to find he isn't able to cross it because of high tide. He screams for his son. Spike has caught a big fish and is cooking it. An infected runs to attack him. He kills it with an arrow. Several more attack and he kills some and runs. He runs down a road that is blocked by rubble. He shoots an arrow through the heart of an infected. A man appears and congratulates him on his kill. The man is wearing a leisure suit. He asks Spike if he can help. Several more people in leisure suits appear and kill all the infected that have attacked. They are doing jumps and fancy kills. The man walks over to Spike wearing an upside-down cross. He introduces himself as Jimmy. Dear family of Movierica, if you enjoyed this movie recap, give that like button some love, subscribe for more epic recaps, and tell me your favorite movie in the comments. Your choice could inspire our next blockbuster breakdown.